All right. Hey, YouTube. So what we're talking about tonight is transition month. So what even is a transition month? Like, what does that mean? Basically, 2 times of the year, Scentsy brings out a new catalog, right? So this year, or like the next catalog that's coming out, is August 1st. So July 1st is our last month of the spring and summer catalog. That's basically what it means. We're transitioning from the spring summer catalog to the fall winter catalog. It's always a really exciting time. And Laura, why are you here twice? Unless there's two Lauras. You're confusing me. So it's always a really exciting time because on the transition month, like on July 1st, we get to freaking see the new fall winter catalog, like as consultants. So yeah, so excited about that. You guys saw the new Mickey Wall fan, right, that I posted. It was like that room drop from the Disney trip. That is going to be in the new fall winter catalog. Yeah. Yeah, so excited about that. So other than that, we haven't seen anything from the new catalog, right? So as consultants, we'll be able to see all of it as like right on the workstation on our PDFs, like as a PDF. And they'll load all of the marketing images and all of that kind of stuff, okay? Do not share this yet. I'll get into why later. But just kind of consider that a consultant perk, right? And you can share that. So what I usually do is, oh my God, I just saw the new fall winter catalog. Like it is bomb.com, #consultant perks. Like I get to see it first because I am part of this company, right? So kind of just use that as part of like a Scentsy lifestyle post. So what else happens on July 1st? So we see the new catalog, yay! We also get to see the discontinued list. So they will actually give us this handy dandy little sheet. It looks like a product list, and it will include all of the things that are not carrying over to the fall winter catalog. Okay, everything that is on this list, please listen, is while supplies last. Okay, so we all know what that means. It means you do not guarantee anything. You do not hold orders. If someone like really needs a specific counter clean that's leaving us, for instance, I honestly highly suggest throwing in an individual order or telling them to go right to your website and put it in. Okay, if they're like, I'll take my chances, then like sure, put it in a party order. I just don't want anybody guaranteeing anything on that list by the end of the month, if that makes sense. Okay. 10% off. Oh, and I had a note there and it confused me for a second. I was like, this doesn't belong here. Make sure that you're also pushing the Scentsy Club, you guys, because any of the bars that are on that discontinued list can be put into the Scentsy Club. And any bar that is in a person's Scentsy Club will continue to be poured just for that person as long as it is in their club. Okay, so even if it discontinues for the rest of the world, if Laura has one specific thing in her in her club, Scentsy will pour it just for her. Okay, so make sure that you're really highlighting the advantage of that always get my bar program. 10% off is back this year. Yay! So we haven't done it for the last, I think, 2 transitions, guys, right? Maybe we didn't do it for sure in January. Did we do it last July? Yeah, maybe. Because of the hyper growth, like and because of our stock issues that we've had over the last year, because of the hyper growth, they weren't doing the sale. I know for sure in the spring, summer, but maybe last July they did. And maybe they like realized their mistake. But now that like things are starting to sort of roll back in a little bit more smoothly and the stock has basically caught up, they're offering it again. So that's really exciting. And it's a really good thing to push. Like people obviously love a sale. It doesn't have to be this huge discount, but like you can now save 6 bars for 36 for that month, right? So like that, it does have a little bit of a ring to it. So basically everything will be 10% off, including some smaller bundles, including, what did I have here? Stuff in the Scentsy Club will automatically be adjusted for the 10% off for any of your club subscribers or yourself. And the whiff box will be discounted, which is a big deal because I don't know if you guys know, but you can't put the whiff box in host rewards right now. So the fact that that is a cheaper deal is huge. So that's going to be a $36 box. And it's usually priced like valued at around 45 to 50 even. So that's a really, really great savings for your customers. So I'm going to definitely be pushing heavy on the whiff box. And keep in mind, you guys, the whiff box is also while supplies last each month. Okay, like the July whiff box is only available while supplies last. So it's not available for the whole month. What is not included in that sale are starter kits. So starter kits aren't on sale. Any LTOs that come out, so any of the limited time offers like the Beauty and the Beast, those will not be discounted. Okay, they're going to be coming out at the regular price that they're offered at. Any of the big bundles, so anything that's in the catalog that currently has an asterisk that can't be used for host rewards, none of that will be discounted. And of course, licensed stuff is typically not discounted, okay, because that's with the licensing agreement that we have. So what else might be happening July 1st? I say might very strongly because there's been no official announcement, but we might be working towards the next big fall incentive. So as you guys know, we are almost wrapping up the current spring summer incentive, which included all those like bomb ass prizes, right? Like the new season sales kits and points towards the fall incentive. The big fall incentive is where we earn free travel. Okay. Typically, I say typically, and I say that they've done it every year since I've joined. Okay, but like since there's no official announcement, don't hang me if they switch it up this year. So this is the season we will earn free travel because of the different catalog change, because they bumped all the catalogs back 1 month. We used to do it August 1st to January 31st, but because of the catalog change, we did it last year from July 1st to December 31st. Okay, so you have 6 full months to earn this free trip. And when I say free, you guys, I was actually just talking to Laura about this the other day. I was so skeptical about the idea of an all expenses paid trip that when I earned my first one, I opted out. I didn't take it. So I was like, bullshit, free. Like, I was just like, no way, there's no such thing as free. Like, that's stupid. And I literally opted out. So I took a payout back then that you could just choose to get a payout, which was $600 Canadian. And I was so broke back then that I was like, I need $600. So I thought that was a really good idea. And I took that instead. Like, biggest regret of my life, you guys. That was the year that Gina Masters went to Hawaii and like swam with the dolphins and checked off like 8 things on her bucket list. And like, I watched her whole journey. Like, she's on our team, and I watched her whole journey just with like my jaw on the floor the whole week. I was like, what is this shit? Like, I couldn't believe that I said no to that. So I've traveled since then, as you guys know. And when I tell you it is all expenses paid, I mean, you do not bring out your wallet the whole time. Okay. They pay for a flight, they pay for accommodations, they give you a per diem if you're not at an all expenses or an all-inclusive resort. I mean, it's way more than you actually need. Like, they make sure that you're covered. It's seriously like so fun, you guys. And if I only earned for one, so that Laura and I were talking about this as well. Any of the years that I've only earned for one, or no, Megan and I were talking about this. And I always feel too guilty to travel without Daryl. So if I earn for one, I will actually take Scentsy Family Reunion as the option. So just know that you guys have that option too. Like, if attending an in-person Scentsy Family Reunion sounds fun, but just not doable for you, that is an option. So you can actually go completely for free. Okay. So I went to Kansas City and a couple other places for free too. And again, they paid for my flight there and back. They paid for my hotel the whole week, registration, and gave me a per diem for the week for food, which I spent mostly on wine. But I mean, priorities, right? So anyways, so saying all of that, July 1st, we might be able to work towards that. Here's the catch, you guys. We won't find out where we're going, like what we're working towards, until SFR. Okay, so this is what we did last year too. We worked for like 3 weeks, like for this mystery trip. And then the 3rd week into July, we actually found out what we were working towards. And then of course, COVID ruined it for us Canadians. But I know, watching everyone at Disney World this year, yeah, it looked so good. But I was like, my heart broke the whole time. So let's just like keep our freaking fingers crossed and put all the good juju vibes out there that we'll be able to travel when we all earn these for free. Okay, so one more thing about this, and I will actually move on to the topic at hand. I do not want a single one of you looking at the qualifications on July 1st and being like, I can't do that, and literally canceling yourself out of it. Tony, I'm looking at you, girlfriend. Okay. Literally, that is the reason most people won't earn this trip, because they won't even try. Like, they'll half-ass try because I'll make them, you know, like Tony, like people like Tony, I'll be like, you're doing this with me. She'd be like, fine. But she doesn't actually believe she can. Okay. So that is the 100% largest reason people won't earn this. Okay. Or won't earn any of these things. If you work for it, you can earn it. I just need you to know that. Okay. There was a consultant, one of my friends, Caitlin Beria, she actually posted on her wall the other day. I think it's public, you can even go see it. And she was walking into the Disney parks the other day as everyone was like leaving, all the public were getting kicked out and they were going in for their private like park day. One of the employees was like, so your job paid this? Like your job did this? And they were like literally one of the cast members. And she's like, yeah. And they're like, they shut down the park for you guys for doing your job. And she's like, yeah. They're like, is it instead of a paycheck? No, it's on top. Like, they're like, what? And they actually, there was like 2,500 of them. Like, there was like 2,500 earners, you guys. So that's not a lot when you think of all the consultants around the world. We have like 200, 250, something like that, 1,000. But for all the people who actually tried, okay, most of those people didn't even try and go for it. So I just want you guys looking at those qualifications on July 1st and remembering that you have 6 months to do it. Okay. So it might look overwhelming, but you have 6 months to make it happen. Okay, moving on. Everyone's like, finally, God, that was a rant. Okay, so what supplies are you going to need on July 1st? Here are Kate's must-have list. Write this down if you're taking notes. You're going to want transition testers. Okay, this is not the full tester set. This is just the testers that are not currently in our spring summer catalog. Okay, so anything that is coming in new to the fall winter catalog. A lot of the things will carry over, like black raspberry vanilla, that's going to carry over to the new catalog. Luna, like things like that will always be there. So you don't need to buy that again, right? So the transition testers will be just a smaller pack. Get the scent stickers. I highly, highly, highly recommend this, especially if you do mailing, or if you're planning on doing mailing. It allows you to stick on the scratch and sniff stickers and everything is flat and people can still sniff what all the scents smell like. These are a hot ticket item, okay, guys? Think like cotton cleanup's hot ticket. They're going to go real fast. So like they sold out within hours on whatever the last transition day was. February 1st, January 1st? I don't know anymore. Okay, so transition testers, scent stickers, the new catalogs, obviously. You guys need actual catalogs, okay? Make sure that you please pay attention to the region and language. If you are Canadian and English, it's going to look like can, ang, okay? Pat, I guess you could go either way or get both. Make sure there's so many people who by accident choose French if they don't need it, or choose Spanish and they don't need it. And you're kind of poop out of luck if that's the case, okay? Because Scentsy is like, that's your bad. Like, so make sure that you actually pay attention and get the right ones. Get showcase brochures. I do highly recommend those as well. They are cheaper, flatter to mail, like all of those things. They're better to hand out to randos than actual catalogs because they're a lot cheaper. And the product training guide, okay? Looks like this. Okay, it's just a few pages, kind of. It's like 20, this one's 26 pages. This is going to actually give you a breakdown of the different product categories, especially if we have new products, like that'll be exciting. And it also gives you like selling tips and stuff like that. It's actually really, really beneficial, and it's like $4. Okay, that's on my must-have list. And host join brochures. Those are always on my must-have list as well. They typically update them like once a year, once every 2 years. So I always grab those anyways on every order I put in, but if they have new ones, I'll be getting those. If your budget allows it, and I say this with a big if, you guys, I do not want you spending your family money on Scentsy ever, okay? And that includes unnecessary business supplies. You can get, there's an oil like tester set, like for our actual essential oils. It's pricey. Don't get it unless you have a lot of people who want to smell what the oils smell like, or unless you're a big oil person, okay? If you're gonna actually use them, grab it. And the category brochures and stickers. So like the different, like the cleaning line, or there's one just for warmers and wax, or fans and pods and pets lines. And they have the stickers and sample packs and stuff attached to all of those things, right? If your budget allows it, those are really great for Happy Mail. They're really great for sending out samples to people without having to spend time making them. But those things are not on my like must-have list, okay? Daryl is not home right now, and the kids are literally running the house. I'm downstairs. Can you guys hear it? You can? Tony can hear it. Yeah, literally. They're like running the house. I was like, okay, here's your ice cream. Like, here's a bunch of sugar. I'm going to go down to my meeting. Don't be assholes. So they're like, okay. So they're just up there doing their own thing, I guess. Okay, so now new season sales kits. If you earned any level of the current incentive, you're going to get one of the season sales kits. What those are basically kind of self-explanatory, but they're kits that have products from the new season. Okay. So in previous years, we've had like the scent season sales kit, which is usually one each of all of the new scents that are coming out, like in the bars. We've had the home category, which has included warmers. I'm trying to think if last year we had a cleaning one. I feel like we did, or was it in the home one, you guys? Do you remember? No one remembers, but they change it up every year anyways. You guys wait for the official announcement, but these are, again, if your budget allows it, they are really, really great. You do earn PRV on these ones, and it's like the only chance you get to show off, or basically to kick off your business like right away and not have to wait until August 1st to order these products along with the rest of the general public. And then you can't actually showcase them until the second or third week of August. Okay. So if they're available and if you can, they are a business write-off. You do earn PRV and they are really helpful for your business. Just watch the news tab and of course the team page and stuff for the official announcements on those. Okay. Starter kits. Starter kits are a little bit different on transition months. Consultants sort of nickname them supersized kits. Those are not the official title of those. This year, from July 1st until 31st, all the kits are going to feature the new stuff, okay? The fall winter catalogs and the fall winter testers. And while supplies last, and then like the rest of the stuff that comes in it, right? And then also, while supplies last, some will also have the spring summer catalogs and testers. So this means the people who join before it runs out, if it ends up running out, get to like take advantage of both seasons. So they get to market and work the current catalog that we're in right now. And then they're also set up and ready to go as soon as August 1st hits. Okay. It is typically one of the largest recruiting months of the whole year. So May has kind of taken that slot with our $26 special and our hyper growth. But July and August aren't far behind that. Okay. They're always really, really good recruiting months. And it gives, here's the deal, you guys. Good recruiting months are good recruiting months because Scentsy consultants think they're good recruiting months, which means Scentsy consultants are using it as an excuse to talk to more people. Like, see how that works out? So if you just put in your mind that every month is a good recruiting month to join Scentsy, because it technically is, then it's going to be a good month for you always. Okay, you're always going to have consistent recruits if you have that in your head. The reason the $26 special is higher and months like these things are higher is because you have it in your head that it's going to be a great month, and it gives you an excuse to talk to people where you might normally not do that. So still do that. Still talk to all the people as of July 1st, okay? But then don't stop July 31st. Keep talking to the people every month. So here, who has questions about that before I go into the actual tips of like how to work? You do, Krista?
Yeah. I find that I have extra catalogs. How many do you recommend that you have? Like I have some from last fall, and then I have some from this month, well, this season. Like how many do you normally get?
So it's hard to answer because my business looks different than yours. But because, and I didn't mention you guys, all the supplies in July will be like our new transition supplies will be 10% off. Okay, so all of the fall, winter stuff that we need to get in July will be 10% off. I do recommend getting it as close to July 1st as possible so that you have it in hand and you can mail out and get into people's like mailboxes by August 1st, okay? So anyway, saying that, Krista, I always grab a couple, excuse me, a couple bundles because I like the 10% off, but that's it. I grab a couple bundles at the beginning. I don't hoard things like that. Like basically when I know I'm down to 5, I will grab another pack. Right? So this month I have like 7 catalogs like currently in my stock for spring, summer. I will not be getting more. So I have about 7 catalogs and I have like maybe 10 showcase brochures. That's it. So I'm going to be real picky about who gets a catalog from July 1st or from now until July 31st, if that makes sense.
It does. Okay. And what is a showcase catalog? Like, what is that?
Let's see if I have one here. Does anyone have one they can show? It's basically, oh, I do. Yes, thank you guys. Look at you guys, you're so freaking prepared. So it's this. So it started, everyone's like, I got one right here. Yeah. So if you can see it, it like literally shows all of the stuff. It's only a few pages, but it's like nice and big and glossy. Okay. It just basically doesn't have like detailed descriptions of things. Like here's all the scent lists and things like that. So it doesn't have detailed descriptions of things. And it doesn't have the bundle and saves. So catalogs for me are still king. Like I love those. I was actually really cheap with them the first few years of Scentsy. Like I just wouldn't give those out to people because I'm like, they're expensive. But honestly, they do make a huge difference for actual sales, right? But I will give these to people who have like already gotten a catalog for me this season, but they might just need a refresher. Like I'll give them those, that kind of stuff. Or if it's like someone who's like random, like if I'm meeting a mom at the ballpark this year, I'm going to give her one of these suckers and a sample, not a catalog. Okay. Like VIPs get catalogs. Actual customers.
Is there a spot on the back to put like a sticker or like, yeah. Okay.
Right there. So I stamp it, but yeah, there is lots of room to put labels and stuff too. Cool. So highly recommend those. I stopped using product lists almost completely. I just find that they are not good. Like they're not a good representation of our product, to be honest. They're still good, I think, if we're doing like events, fair shows. If you're like literally like making it rain with product lists and samples to like random people passing by you, then for sure, because they're like 0.03 cents each or something, right? But obviously we're not doing vendor events right now. So I have basically stopped using those in my business, which is why I didn't put them on my must-have list. However, if you are just starting, or if you are tight on budget, or if you like, there's no judgment here, you guys. If you need to do product lists and showcase brochures instead of catalogs, like do it. Something is better than nothing at all times, okay? So Krista, that was a good question. I think someone also asked, it may be Megan, what do you do with leftover supplies? Okay, do you want a good leader response or do you want the truth? Okay, so what I used to do, because I always wanted to just get my name out there, and I don't think that you guys shouldn't do this, but then I'll tell you what I actually do. So what I used to do and what you could do is label them, or else it's useless, and then put them where people are gathered. So doctor's offices, hospital waiting rooms, like just wherever, like don't go into the hospital waiting room, but just wherever you end up being, right? Like I said, the ballpark, you can give it, like you can use those things as marketing materials because it still has your name, still has your website, still has basically the like the products that we offer. Like you could give those things to the moms at the ballpark and be like, hey, here's an old one. And you can even just like lie and keep it cute and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I actually don't have a new one on me yet, but I'm about to get those in the mail next week. Here, take this one. Why don't you give me your number and I'll mail you a new one when it comes. Right? Like stuff like that. So you could definitely like put them wherever. Like I used to put them, you know, the like newspaper racks that are at the front lobbies of grocery stores. I used to put them in like each little shelf of those things. You know what I do now? I let them pile and collect dust, and then I feel guilty for 6 months because I feel bad throwing them out. Same thing with the leftover warmer of the month flyers. So I don't throw them out because I'm like, I should be using these. And then 6 months later, I go through a tangent and have a temper tantrum and then recycle them all at once. Okay, so pick which one you would rather do, I guess, or find a happy medium maybe. But there's definitely, what's that, Krista?
Sorry, I'm also on a video chat with Nikki, and I was like, we could fire.
Like, you're muted. Okay.
I know, we're talking back and forth while we're still having this conversation.
I love it. Hi, Nikki. Okay, so when you start doing that and you're muted, I just won't pay attention. Okay, so here's some tips, you guys. And if you have any other questions, or even if one pops up after, like, if we're not done, like, you can still ask questions, okay? Okay, offer in July, last chance first glance parties. There's a couple different ways you could do this. Either you showcase both at this party, so you showcase both catalogs. I wouldn't do it interchangeable. I don't know how I would do it actually, because I've never done a first chance last glance online party in this style. I used to do them like at home parties more often, but you could basically showcase both catalogs. I'll have to like think it in my head about what would be maybe the best way. And then literally you just have to put in 2 orders. Okay, so just keep in mind, July 31st, the things that are on the discontinued list will not be available August 1st. Like, you will not be able to physically enter them in August 1st, okay? So if you're doing it this way, you're gonna wanna put in 2 orders, one on July 31st or whatever, before the end of July, and then just make sure the guests at the party know that the August orders won't be able to go in until August. So if you're having this party July 5th, then these people need to know that that second part of their order or whatever it is won't be available until like the second or third week of August when it actually gets to you, okay? As long as you communicate that clearly and make it seem like a perk, they're going to be fine with it. Be like, you're the first person, you're getting the first chance to order, blah, 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 blah. Treat it like a pre-order, okay? The way I used to do it though, instead, which is why I like kind of confused myself there. I'm like, how would you do that? Was I would showcase the spring summer stuff. So we would make it a spring summer party. And then at the end, like after everyone has ordered and like given me money and we've submitted all the things, I use the fall winter catalog. Like I show them the things and I use that as a booking tool. Okay, so we collect the actual orders for July and then I go, woo, look what this is. And then I say like, don't you want this stuff for free? And then basically I book parties because of that, okay? Because people want the new warmers and the new whatever. And they're going to be willing to host parties in August in order to get that stuff discounted, okay? These are really great because people just like exclusive things. So they like being the first to see new stuff. They like being able to see new stuff before it's technically available. So if you dangle that carrot, people are going to want to, okay? And it's basically just like another theme. It gives people another excuse to host. And of course, keep in mind, July is 10% off, and I just booked a party today using that tool, okay? I'm like, hey, did you want to book one for June with BB&Bs or July for 10% off? And she went with July. Laura just booked a party today using that exact method as well, okay? So, and if you can't book one, you guys, the last chance first glance party, like if you have talked to people or if you've exhausted your resources, first of all, I'm going to challenge you that you probably haven't. So like look back at your list of 100, make sure that you've actually spoken to everybody you need to. But if you really haven't, or even if you have booked parties, I still encourage you guys to also do your own. Like throw a last chance first glance party for your VIPs in your VIP group, something like that, okay? Like for your friends and family, you can make it a mystery hostess party, give away the host rewards. Okay, so you can make it fun like that, but also like do your own. And then the point of your party is to book more parties from your party. Sales are a bonus, okay? Your focus at parties should always be to book parties to keep your business perpetuating forward, all right? Another tip, send happy mail to your top blank customers, whatever, 5 if you've only been around a month, 10, 20, 30, whatever is in your budget, whoever you want to spoil. Okay, send some happy mail to your top whoever customers this season. Include the discontinued list and the Scentsy Club flyer. Okay. When I did the BB&B's mailers this year, I actually, because at the bottom of the BB&B flyer from the workstation included like a little blurb about Scentsy Club. And I literally took a green highlighter and highlighted the little blurb. And then on the Scentsy Club flyer, I highlighted the little blurb about always get my bar. I'm like, Like I was like basically like showing them to connect the dots, you know? So you could do the same thing too with the discontinued list. Like highlight the little where the scents are, where the scent bars are, and then highlight the little blurb on the Scentsy Club flyer that says like, get your favorite bars forever. So send happy mail. Basically, it just like reminds your customers like, hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm open. Also, here's what's leaving. Okay. Remember, it's not your customers' jobs to figure out what is leaving Scentsy or to contact you if they want something. It is literally your job to reach out to people and let them know. It's why we're consultants and not just cashiers. Okay. Run a sales report. Oh, little side note about that. On the Amy app, if you don't already have it, I highly suggest you get it. It's so helpful with follow-up. But on the Amy app, you can actually filter your contacts by most lifetime ordered, most lifetime value ordered. It's not that, it's something cuter than that. But basically, you can filter it by who spends the most with you on the Amy Contacts app. So it's really, really easy to see who your actual top customers are by like product value. But I mean, you could also, if you don't have the Amy app, you could just go to the workstation's contact. I would probably just filter by last purchase. And then you can kind of just, you probably know who either buys from you most often or spends most with you, that kind of stuff. Okay. Okay. So run a sales report from your reporting tab of the workstation. So you're going to go to reporting and then you're going to click sales reports. And there's going to be one for, I don't know, previous purchased products or something like that. Someone run it and figure it out what it is, but it's something like that. Okay. There's only like 3 in there. And then you can actually run a report for all of the scents that are discontinuing. So what I do when I'm doing this is I do it on an actual computer. I don't use my phone for this because it's like a larger file and it takes a little while. And then I literally have my like discontinued list up and I literally click all of the scents that I want it to feature, like this report to feature. I don't do one at a time. That's going to take you 100 years. Okay. I literally do all of the scents that are discontinuing. And then I literally click run report and it's going to bring up this huge, like 7-page, well, maybe not for you guys, but eventually it's going to bring up this huge 7-page thing. You can actually export it to Excel. Okay. And then you can filter by however you need to. I always filter by name. And that way, if Brenda, she's not here tonight, but if Brenda used to be my best customer, so always she would literally have like 14 scents that like she has ordered in the past that are discontinuing. So I don't want to go by scent because then I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna like message Brenda about the one scent in the A category and then realize like there's 1,000 more and I'll be like, oh, by the way, there's also this. Oh, by the way, there's also this. So if you filter by name, it's going to show you everything that person ordered. Okay, that's like leaving you. And then you look like a bomb ass consultant because you're going to go, oh my God, Brenda, I just wanted to reach out and let you know that these scents, copy paste, are all leaving the catalog at the end of this month. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't miss out, blah, 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 blah. And she's going to go, oh my God, I can't believe you remembered all of that. No, right? Our workstation is just awesome. So run the sales report, make sure you're reaching out to every person, letting them know that whatever scent in whatever category is leaving them. Okay. I do find, you guys, the cleaning people, like the people who buy the cleaning products, they hoard their scents when they're going away. Yeah. You know, right? So if like, let's say coconut lemongrass is leaving in counter clean, if anyone has ever ordered a coconut lemongrass counter clean in the past, you're going to want to let them know, because if they try and order it on August 1st and you didn't warn them, they will be mad. All right. Because people get like real, like attached to how their house smells when it's clean. Like, honestly, have you ever met someone who's addicted to Pledge? Like, that's a real thing, right? No, Krista, for real. Like, I have friends who are like, no, my house has to smell like Pledge or like bleach. So make sure that you are definitely paying attention to the other categories, you guys, and not just the bars. Okay. use, I already said, but use the new catalog as a booking tool, not an order taking tool. Okay. You are not the person at the McDonald's drive-thru. All right. Literally, if someone gives you an order for the new catalog, so for whatever reason, if you're sharing it early, or not even if you're sharing it early, but that's how I would share it early. Use it as a booking tool, not an order collecting tool. If someone says no to a party, they're still going to want the warmer they're asking you for. Okay. They're not just going to say, no, screw it, and literally ghost you. Like, they're not going to just not talk to you ever again. They're still going to want the thing they originally asked for. Why collect a $50 order, you guys, when you can turn that $50 order into a $500 order or a $1,000 order and a whole bunch of new contacts? Okay. Always, always, always offer the party option. And literally, it can look as casual as this. Someone says, hey, that new warmer looks cool. I want to grab it. Can you total me up, please? And you could say, sure. Did you want to pay full price, or would you rather it for free? That's it. Like, that's it. It doesn't have to be this whole huge thing. You're not asking them to donate a kidney. Like, it's not, you don't have to be weird about it. All right. You're literally offering them an opportunity to get the stuff they already want at a lower price. Okay. If they don't want to and they would rather pay full price, who cares? Like, there's nothing wrong with asking. All right. And it's going to always be a no if you don't ask. A couple tips just for like July in general. Things are going to look different in the summer, right? Your schedule is going to look different in the summer. It might include day drinking where it didn't before. Okay. Whatever your schedule differs from what it is now, be aware of that and be prepared for it. Do not take the summer off. Be ready to maybe schedule out your posts for the week. So if you know that you're going to want to be like lazing around your backyard with your kids, or you're going to be taking day trips like camping or going to the zoo more often, or literally just like taking some more time off, which I totally encourage you guys to do, that doesn't mean that as business owners, you literally just leave your business in the dust because it's summer. You just prioritize differently, right? So if you know that your week looks like that, like a little bit more laid back, maybe on Sunday night, you check out what you need to do the week ahead and you schedule out whatever social media posts need to happen, right? Whether they be parties or VIP group or team page stuff or whatever. Make sure that your presence is still felt on social media. Your customers don't forget that you're alive because you've literally just dropped off the face of the earth. Just make sure that you're like literally just planning for summer. It's going to be different. It's going to feel different. And also, like, people probably aren't going to be buying warmers and wax like they used to, right? There are warmers and wax sales do decrease in the summer because more people are just outside. The scents tend to be a little bit lighter. Really, really encourage people to be buying things like the cleaning stuff, the flowers. There's lots of people who are camping right now and going to cottages and stuff. The fans and the pods, you guys, are life for people. Like, I literally just got back from a camping trip and we had the wall fan in our pop-up, and like, thank God, because we had 5 people in a tiny little pop-up trailer. Like, so honestly, like, push that kind of stuff. The wall fans and pods are so good for anyone who is traveling right now or doing camping, cottaging, that kind of stuff. And the cleaning line is so, like, I feel like spring cleaning and summer cleaning are sort of the same thing. It kind of just transitions over, right? Everyone wants their space to feel like clean and fresh and bright. Windows are open. Hopefully we'll have visitors soon, so our houses will actually have to be a little bit tiny. So make sure that you are, Chris is like, no way, man. So make sure that you are encouraging people to shop those other lines. And honestly, you guys, if you're not already, you're missing out on a huge market right now. Okay. Like, Scentsy is so much more than just warmers and wax. As far as like, warmers and wax are actually like the lowest things I sell at this point. Like, lowest, you know what I mean? Okay. So make friends with those around you. I don't mean go give out samples and try to sell to people with those around you. Okay. No one wants to be sold to. Well, I'm saying the ballpark because my little guy just started baseball again yesterday. So it's like in my head. But no one wants to be sold to at the ballpark. Okay. Make friends with the other moms or whoever. Okay, wherever you're going, actual friends, right? If you're going camping, campers are super friendly. Talk to someone while you're whatever in line at the park store, because you can only go in 2 people at a time right now. Just whatever that is, okay? As you guys add each other on social media, as you guys stay in touch, they're gonna figure out that you sell Scentsy, and eventually they're either gonna ask you to buy it, or you can like eventually bring it up in the friendship, okay? But honestly, just go out and be like a friend collector. I've said that before, but summer is a really good way to do that because we're all outside. And hopefully this year we can start to, you know, mini gather. Like at the ballpark, we all have to be like 6 feet away from each other and outside and whatever, but I can still like talk to a mom from 6 feet away. So just make sure that you aren't ever like Scentsy naked. If someone does ask you what you do and they're like, oh my God, I love Scentsy, I need a consultant. Be prepared to answer that, but don't just be like, hi, Linda, right? I'm a Scentsy consultant. Do you want to be my friend? Like, that's weird. Don't be weird. Okay. And honestly, my last like overall tip for July is just, and I said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Do not take the summer off because it's summer. You will regret your freaking life when it comes to the fall, because what you do now is what your fall is going to look like. Okay. Like way you're working your business right now is going to show up in 90 days. Like pretty much that's how it goes in 90-day cycles. So the way that you're working your business now is going to pay you back in 90 days. All of the people you meet from the parties that you're doing now, they're all going to be booking parties and joining your teams in the fall, like that kind of stuff. So if you take the month off now, or the whatever off now, you're going to be playing catch up in the fall. And honestly, more often than not, I see when consultants take time off, they find that trying to pick momentum back up after is harder than they thought. And then they end up like fizzling away. That's typically where like consultants go to die. It's when they go, oh, I'm just going to take a few weeks off. So yes, have some rest for sure. I will be absolutely taking more days off than I normally do. I won't be as available to you guys as I normally am. I want it to be sort of carefree and loosey-goosey this summer. But that doesn't mean that I'm taking time off unless I'm camping and then I have no reception. But my business is always open and my customers know that, right? So just make sure, I really highly encourage you guys, like, yes, take a vacation if you need to. If you need to take a week when you're not even thinking about Scentsy, especially if you've been going hard, like do that. But make sure that your customers know beforehand. And if you have a team, also make sure they know. So does anyone have any questions about transition, about the summer? Does anyone have any concerns about the trip qualifying? Anything? Let's see what's in the chat. Are there always kits for us to buy in advance, like with spring and summer? Jess, did I answer that already? Or did you ask that after I was talking about the season sale kits? I just want to make sure that if I wasn't clear, you can ask again. No questions, you guys? What's going on? Ask before you mention them. Okay, cool. So I hope that it helped. Yeah, so just this transition month, you guys, I think is going to be really exciting. Okay, I seriously cannot wait to see the new catalog. Do you guys have any like guesses what might be in it other than a Mickey Wall fan? Christy, did you raise your hand on purpose?
I did, yes. Sorry, I had a question.
Don't be sorry.
Can you possibly post on Over the Rainbow the must-have things that you're going to be getting that you mentioned at the beginning?
I definitely will be. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, you guys just on.
Because I was.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I was bathing my 4-year-old at the time, so I was half listening in and out.
Yeah, I want you to always pay attention to kids in tubs and not be taking notes. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I will always post
thanks.
yeah, my must-have list, but you guys just kind of got the first version of it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Tub 10. Do you guys bathe your kids in the summer or do you just hit them with a hose? What? Those who grew up in the 80s know what I'm talking about. We didn't have time for showers. We weren't even allowed home before the street lights were on. Just kidding. We bathed here and there. you guys don't have a bit of both. Yeah. Just throw a stick of like soap at them. Just hit them with the hose or throw them in the pool or the lake. Like that counts, right? Yeah. We actually just booked another. So I don't know if you guys are campers here, but like trying to book on, yes, Megan, I know you are, trying to book on the Ontario reservations system this year is crazy. It's like trying to get Justin Bieber tickets. Like people are waking up at like 5 a.m. and like trying to get sites at the favorite parks. Like it's been nuts. So finally now people are like starting to cancel out sites. So they're starting to open up a little bit. And we just booked at a park for July 11th to 14th. So that will be one of the weeks. I will not be available because I literally don't have reception because I'm with Freedom Mobile. So unless you're literally in the GTA, they don't allow you to connect to the internet. So I'm going to need your guys' help with that when I'm gone from July 4th, not 4th. Whoa, that would be way too long. July 11th to 14th. Could you imagine? I'm camping with my mom too. Like, anyways,